Hello guys, today I want to quickly show you two tricks from PHP, not necessarily Laravel, about array difference and parameters of the functions. And this is based on an example on a few lines from Laravel Pulse source code, and I will link that in the description below. And I reproduced that in my Tinkerwell, and let me explain. So the use case is this. You have aggregates as array, which could be empty or not. So you want to have aggregates of count of records and max of records, for example, for Laravel Pulse dashboard. And then your task is to validate that if at least one of them is not in allowed aggregates. So for example, this array is okay because both are in the allowed array. But if I do something like over here, over is not in that list, then it should throw exception. So I wanted to emphasize two things. First, did you know that you can pass the parameter to a PHP function, assigning a variable name here, which then you can use inside? So you don't need to have this as a separate variable outside of the function, but you can do it right away in a parameter. And it's not the same as PHP attribute. That is actually a variable name. So yeah, kind of the first tip is that you don't have to do this. You can introduce the variable like this. And then array diff is kind of the second tip. The result of that is empty array or any difference from those two arrays. So if we launch that in Tinkerwell, the result is exception. And this is the third tip, a very good example of exception used with message very clear to the user because it uses both variables, both parameters. Invalid, the result, and then allowed, the variable that was just introduced along the way. So the overall message is very clear and understandable. But if we pass the allowed values only, then the result of that invalid is empty array, no argument exception, and we can proceed with actually calculating the aggregates. So yeah, kind of 3-in-1 quick tip, introducing the variable along the way, array diff with empty or non-empty result from both arrays, and then invalid exception with very clear, understandable error message. From time to time on this channel, I just want to shoot quick videos about some code snippet that I see and I really liked. What do you think about this one? Would you have done it differently maybe? Share your opinions in the comments below. That's it for this time and see you guys in other videos.